kind of decided you love your father's work so much that you want to eventually do what he's done as far as film goes? Or what was your favorite film of his too, if you could pick one?
Oh, okay. Well, good question. I knew I wanted to make movies. When I was pretty young. You know, my dad would do little video projects with me, and I grew up on set, and I love being on set. I find it to be one of the most wonderful places to be, and that probably is because his sets were so fun. You know, he really worked with family, people that he loved and trusted, and the vibes were always really good. And so, of course, I'm influenced by that. How could I not get bitten by that bug? You know, it was one of the coolest things.
Is that pun intended?
Right. Actually, no, but yeah. Yeah. Good call. But Queens of the Dead really didn't hit me until, honestly, right before he got sick. And I did have the chance to pitch it to him, and he gave me the blessing to say, go do it. And then, you know, I sort of started putting the ideas together. This is a long process. For those of you who do it, you understand. It's like you get an idea, and I mean, at least for me, I start my mood board, I start collaging images, and it takes me a minute to get it to the page. He passed, and you know, that sort of threw my life in a certain direction for a minute, but then I said, I got to do this. I really want to make this story. So I sat down and started writing it. And then when the pandemic hit, I really finished it. I got it done all the way, and I was able to get all the materials together. But that's the only time I ever said I'm doing a zombie film. This is the first time I said I'm doing a zombie film, and because I needed it to be authentic to my voice. I wasn't going to do it if I didn't have a perspective that felt like I could offer something. And you know, this is a mashup of two worlds I know and love very well: zombies and nightlife. And I think it's a really, really fun story. I'm in the process of just getting that money, honey, and close, but it's tough biz. It's a tough biz.
So what kind of fundraising do you do for it?
I'm working with amazing producers. A company called Vanishing Angle. They did a movie called Werewolves Within in 2021 that I saw and fell in love with, and I said I need to meet who made this, and we got along like gangbusters right away, and we've been working together for a couple years now, and you know, we've just been doing that dance of tap dancing around Hollywood, trying to get the funding, and we're close. We'll get there.
What I find amazing about the whole story is the zombies. When you think of the zombies, you think of your dad. Like I think most people do. And so by that way, like, his creation was sort of a muse, in my opinion, for a lot of people. I mean, look around where we're at. I mean, there's people wearing that zombie things, having that. And what I love about it is that you were still, despite all that, despite people just sitting there on the edge of their seat waiting for you to make that, you found your own part of it. Like, I like that, because we were talking about the zombies. You want to go back to those original ones. And I feel like all of the other zombies there were sort of somebody finding that inspiration like you did, trying to put their spin on it and tell their story.
Yeah.
And how hard is that in that genre, especially carrying your last name?
Yeah, I mean, again, certainly there's like no pressure, but don't fuck it up. But
I have faith in you.
Thank you. I have faith in me too. And I think it's and that's exactly why I wasn't gonna force it unless I had an idea that really spoke to me. And I think the zombies are. It is truly remarkable how my dad created a monster, literally, and used.
Is that going to be your autobiography?
My dad created a monster.
Yes. Oh man.
You know, I've thought about that. I think I thought about my memoir title, and I think that's now in the running.
It's a
my
good
dad
one.
created monsters in the running. The top other one was Don't Put Me In, Coach.
Oh.
All right, I like that. I like that one, actually.
And then the other option was I'm only in it for the jazz class. And there's backstories to both of those, but
Oh, I think you're playing with fire there. You got this. Either way, you're in a good spot.
Don't put me in coach, because I was forced to play sports in my high school and I didn't want to.
Well, that's better than me, who voluntarily did and was just bad at it and
Right.
brought shame upon my family.
Rode the bench.
Yeah.
Rode the pine.
Johnny Bench. They actually called me that.
Really?
Yeah.
They call you Johnny Bench?
They called me Johnny Bench. Yes.
Johnny Bench. I mean, I would have been right there with you, honey. I liked the bench. I did not want to get off the bench. It was I chose lacrosse. Do you know how scary that game is?
No, my parents were too poor for lacrosse. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is. You need lacrosse is the whole thing. But there's scary girls running at you with a stick trying to.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's
I think you
intense.
can handle your own. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like deep within you as this artistic person, you have that fury. It's just in there.
It's in there.
It's in there.
I just ran around. My method was just run around and look busy, and like on the field.
I do that at work. No way.
Hopefully, no one will know that I really don't know what's going on. If I just look like I have a plan.
If you ask, I feel like that is actually just the way most people live their lives right
Yeah,
there.
you know, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I love that phrase.
I do too. I do too. I think you, like, going to New York, I think it was a great move for you. I keep ribbing on you about it a lot. But then I think it's sort of like what you brought up, where you have all those people that are going hard. You're surrounded by the greatness and it pushes you. How do you find that inspiration from that?
You know, I think, how do you find that inspiration from everyone going hard around you? Is it just like, are we just like fish in the stream and you're just jumping in and running along, keeping pace with everybody? Maybe. But also there's just like, New York is this amazing place where you might like stumble upon a garden in the Lower East Side and there's this like wild performance where people are doing like needle art or like there's just constant surprises. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you visually stimulated. It's filling your creative tank all the time because you can really happen upon an adventure. You don't have to seek it out. And I think that's unlike other places where you have to sort of maybe look up what's going on. You can stumble upon an amazing adventure in New York. And you know, is it brutally expensive? Yes. Is it like, you know, sometimes a ridiculous comedy show to get your groceries and like they're breaking on you and you don't have a car and like do you not have a closet to store anything in? But there's grit that comes with all that. It makes you tough.
And I've seen plays, you know, we've seen in movies and stuff. It's almost a cliche that, I have to get into the country to really find that. You find that, like, the ambition that comes with that fuels the creative process. Or sometimes you just need to get to Eerie and sit by the lake.
I think sometimes you need to get to Eerie and sit by the lake. Absolutely. I think that you can do. I'm a big fan of. I like giving myself creative retreats, whether it's like a weekend back in Pittsburgh or like going upstate, like just getting out and having nobody to bug you and just getting deep into a project. I think that's sort of, I think it's essential, for me at least. Everyone's different. Some people thrive on like, okay, I'm going to write today from like 3 to 5, but I
don't know how anybody does that.
No,
that's why I asked. I'm like, are you a different creature?
No, I really need like long, extended periods of uninterrupted time to get into it. And that's, you know, that's how I got, the pandemic was great for that. It was so nice actually to have all this, like, sudden all this time and space.
The pandemic, I feel like it irrevocably changed all of us in that way. I don't know how, you know, you hear all these people, they complain about, hey, I worked from home. I sat there 10 feet from my family all day long. But I fear people that like this, where just like I had this project, I really thought about who I was, and I made something cool happen, and it changed their lives for the better. Even though you can't really say that coming out of the pandemic, and you really knocking that out, sounds like you might be able to say the same.
Yeah, I think the pandemic in New York was not awesome. I mean, it was.
I imagine it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I felt like a rat in a cage a little bit. I lived in a very tiny apartment, and I was like losing my mind a little bit. And it was vibes outside were bad. It was like quiet and just ambulances all the time. But ultimately, the time and space it provided was a good, I think for a lot of people, a good reset of priorities and, you know, what am I
and a big creative space when you don't have a lot going on.
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's sort of the weird thing about it. Nobody wants to sit here and talk about the pandemic, right. You know, but like, it's just, I don't know, it just changed everything in so many ways. I'm just saying most of the time.
We will be talking about it for a long time.
We will.
Yeah,
and there could have been zombies at that point, so you don't know.
I was promised zombies. I was a little disappointed it wasn't. No, but look.
One of my favorite memes was, this sucks, we wanted zombies.
So zombie question, since you've probably thought a lot about it,
Sure.
how long do you think we'd survive in the zombie apocalypse? I have 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh my god. I really want to believe that I'm gonna make it. I want to believe that I've definitely thought about my escape plan from New York. I mean, I think New York is like one of the worst places you could possibly be.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think, category is get out as fast as possible. It would happen very, very quickly. You know, the pace at which the city would be turning, depending on the turn time,
Right.
would be exponentially fast. And so I think, but I want to believe that I would be on the back of somebody's motorcycle, because I don't drive a motorcycle, but I know people who do. And we would
Good to know during the apocalypse.
Right, exactly. And like we would get to like a sailboat. I think I would like bury some equipment in Delaware, and from there like get to maybe Bradford, Pennsylvania, to
The Zippo cap.
Yes, we have all the Zippos and oil, refined oil we need.
I want to get to like a hunting lodge somewhere and in the middle of nowhere, and hunker down. I want to make it. I get it. Like it's maybe you don't want to make it through that, but
They always have the suicide scene where they come across a family and they all like dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do though? I want to be the one that's bitten and doesn't tell anybody, because I'm vindictive, and if I'm going to die, I'm going to take out like 3 of my crew at the same time.
Damn, it's dark.
It is a little dark, but these are dark times.
You mean you have a shit list? You're like, here's the list of people that I'm.
No, it's just the people I'm around. I'll even be like, yeah, my wife Kristen over here. Hi, Kristen. If she's here, I'll be like, yo, you might want to get away. I was bit, but I'm gonna take out these people we're with.
I like that you have this thought out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still care about my family,
Sure.
but just these people we picked up along the way that we think are friends that we can't trust. I've watched enough of these movies. Yeah, I'm gonna bite them, and then we'll die.
And I think she's watched enough of them to know that she'll survive, because she knows what not to do.
She knows that if she sees me, like, she doesn't even have to like ask questions. Shotgun blast the face.
John's looking really bad right now.
See, I told you their interview was smarter than ours.
I love
Right.
it. I listen. Don't put me in, coach. I love this. I love this. I love you guys.
Aw. We love you. We're gonna definitely be cheered for your success from here on
Thank
out.
you.
So like, and I just want you to think when you finally write, don't put me in, coach, or
Yeah.
the Lost Girls.
My
I
dad
want you
created
to-
a monster.
Yeah, my dad created. Just think of this one, and then that and be like, I wonder what those guys are up to. And this probably won't be anything good, but just think of those.
Well, also, can we talk about Shaggy? It's your birthday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
I was here. It's more fun than I could ever ask for, honestly.
No.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yes.
What's your favorite Romero movie?
Night of the Living Dead,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Easy answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
And Dawn of the Dead's probably close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you?
I'm gonna say, God, it's hard to pick. It really is, but I have a deep affection for Creepshow because.
Oh,
I didn't know you
forgot.
mentioned.
We just watched that not too long ago, didn't we?
Epic podcast fail. I mean, the fact that your father worked with Stephen King. I mean, just seeing those 2 names on a box, you're like, yeah, man. Regardless,
I do
you
love
know?
Creepshow.
And I
I'm
love
not
like
gonna lie.
little short story anthology
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like such a fun anthology.
It really
It's so
is.
colorful. It's so well production designed. It's like there's just so many. It's so creepy and visceral, but it's fun. It's
Right.
fun.
Yeah,
you
Leslie
know?
Nielsen, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
And they're all self-contained. I feel like that just the horror genre itself lends itself to those like short stories and those anthologies
those
so
are my
well.
favorites for sure.
And there's so much of my dad had such a family in the film when it came to his filmmaking, and so many people are in that. My mom, Adrienne Barbeau, Stephen King, like Harrison did the score. There's just so much heart in that movie, and I don't get sick of it. I think it's really
Neither.
fun.
I'm really glad you brought up Creepshow. I'm
know,
just having
I
all these
don't
like
know
good
why I
memories of
didn't bring up
Creepshow.
Creepshow.
Like I'm now,
Take
I'm
away like
so
half my horror card now. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. We
I thought
came
of
up.
it before the interview. See, that's the thing. Once you press record, my brain goes blank.
That's what happens.
That's what happens, yeah.
Just be dumb all the time. It'll
Right,
work out.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
Oh, that's easy
Yeah.
for me to do. It's fine.
So when do you find your way out of Eerie?
Unfortunately, I leave tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Really upset. You're
I
taking
like
our
it here. I'm
you're
not-
taking our one flight out.
No, I'm going to Pittsburgh and flying.
That's what we do here too.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I didn't even know Eerie had an airport. I learned that yesterday.
Yeah, barely.
Super small.
But
Yeah.
it's there.
Not many flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the plane comes in on occasion, I've seen them, but
Also, with all the things that you do, there's also the George A. Romero Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
We're touching on that a lot on Saturday, but if you could give the people a little tease into that.
A little tease. Garf is so cool. We're up to some really neat stuff, and you know, our main initiative is about supporting young upcoming creators and you know helping them, whether it's through financial support or guidance, exposure, helping them develop. Like we are really trying to, because that's what my dad would want. He would want to see young filmmakers getting support and learning from his stuff. And that was really Garf was born out of the creation of his archive, which is housed at the Hillman Library at Pitt. And it's a really cool archive for any of you who are interested in checking out the evolution of his work. You can find his early drafts of things. You can read multiple drafts of different scripts. You can see an original Night of the Living Dead script. You can see his notes in the margin. He was a prolific writer. You can see scripts that you didn't even know existed. And you know, he was a lot more than just a zombie guy. He had a lot of ideas and he wrote a lot of scripts. And it's so cool. And I'm so happy that there is a safe place where his work is being preserved and accessible to people who are interested.
That's fantastic. So if I'm like, let's say I was a aspiring young filmmaker, or even somebody who wanted to contribute to the cause, how would I go about that?
Oh yeah, just look up the George A. Romero Foundation. October is our fundraising month, so any of you who want to get behind this cause, please do. We are always raising money. And you know, and if you want to get a cute little Garfy puppet too, there's some really good plushie dolls. We got some T-shirts. We got hot sauce, but also we've got some cool stuff going on. So head over to the George A. Romero Foundation website and check us out.
And how about your work? Where can we check out yours?
Oh, you can check out my work. I have two websites. I have my film website, tinaromero.film, and then I have my DJ website, djtrxbk.com. You can hear some of my music there, and you can even send me an inquiry if you want me to come DJ your wedding, funeral, bat mitzvah.
That's awesome. Divorce parties.
I actually have done a divorce party.
Have you?
I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You were spinning here last night, weren't you?
I was. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We were drinking a lot, but it seemed, it fit the vibes, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so I appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it this morning when I woke up, went to work, but last night we appreciated it.
Good.
So, yeah, I don't know, Shaggy. I think she has a future.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think she needs to come back here real soon.
Yes.
Now I'm an Eerie Horror Fest girl. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
let's go.
luckily for you, they have this every year. We're right by the lake,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just need to get out of the city.
That's
You know how
right.
it goes.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't wait. So you come back here in a few years, we're talking about your hit-ass movie.
Oh.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll be like, oh man, remember I talked to you? Like, no, I'm way too famous and important to get away from me.
No, please. I'll be like, I wrote my memoir and I named it, and I'm going to dedicate it to you.
Oh, yes! You heard it here first.
Just a little blip about me.
Just a little bit about Shaggy. Shaggy and John.
Oh, man. No, yeah, definitely Shaggy and John.
I like that.
Appreciate that, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You guys
I
are
hope you
great.
enjoyed your first 2 days. Yeah, see, we
first 2
wish
days.
she was here all weekend.
Yeah, just hang out.
I'm so mad I'm missing all the Jawsploitation films too.
Oh yeah, Grizzly.
You know, that's my favorite shit. I love chompers. I just want to see people get eaten
Right,
by
same.
animals.
It's the
It's
best.
my favorite. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love it.
I'm here for it.
I think it's because when I was a kid, I grew up part of the year in Pittsburgh and part of the year in Florida, and in Florida we had a lake with gators in my back, and they would come out of the water at night and growl at the screen door, and I think that had deep impact on me.
You're like, I wish I was watching that Eat Something.
Right?
Somebody right
Yeah.
now.
They're showing alligator during that too. Yeah.
I love alligators.
So then also come here next year for her alligator, Jawsploitation movie.
Right.
I don't know. We'll come up with a good name for it.
We'll
We're good
call
at
it
that.
the name.
We're good at
Yeah. Good.
Zombie alligator.
It's a working title. It's a working title.
title.
I want to watch that movie though.
But it's fun.
But no, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
We had a lot of fun. We
We
hope
really
you
did.
did too.
I did.
Yeah, so everybody listening, make sure you check out all our stuff. Check out the George A. Romero Foundation. We got some real talent, and we have some people doing some great things. Be a part of it, and we're happy that you let us into your world for a little bit.
For sure.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.